here today with Fernandez. Thanks so much for joining us.
You bet.
Great, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your startup story?
Okay. Well, I'm a founder and CEO now of a company called Marketo in San Mateo, California. We're about 4 years old and just having almost a too good to be true run. We started as 3 guys in a business plan, raised some money 4 years ago. We're now about 250 people in the company, great revenue run rate, 1,000 customers, and just building a wonderful business.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And what do you guys focus on?
We're all about helping companies grow revenue and grow revenue more effectively. You know, we're in a world where everything about how revenue is created has changed over the last few years. Google, Facebook, social media, the internet, et cetera, have all changed the relationship between buyers and sellers, and it's left salespeople and marketing departments really behind where the buyer is. And so we build systems for sales and marketing to really accelerate revenue, to be much more effective and efficient, and it's really striking a chord today in this economy as businesses are trying to grow.
Right, and when is too early for someone to start talking with you? Is it during the concept phase where they need to think about their business models, or is it after the business is launched and they're looking at ways to diversify their revenue streams?
Well, you know, I believe that getting out of the box fast, building revenue is critical, and so we do business from everything, some of the world's largest corporations, right down to pre-Series A startups. And the idea that we do is we help people start to build the people they're going to sell to and to interact with them over time. And so we think that it needs to be one of the first things a business puts in place along with their product and along, it's the core part of their go-to-market strategy.
Fantastic, and you've been running this company, and I know you've had a lot of other startup experience. What does it take to run the company? What is the main key factors that you should look for?
Well, you know, for me, running the company is just all about keeping it moving forward. You know, we're just trying to run 1,000,000 miles an hour. So I'm sort of the orchestra conductor. I'm the, chief inspirer. I'm the chief problem solver. And it's really about, kind of networking inside the company, outside the company, and just keep trying to paint the vision of where are we going, what do we need to do next, and how do we just keep moving forward every day.
Great. And what about mentorship? What's your best mentor you've had and why?
Well, my last company, the CEO of a company at Epiphany, where I was president and chief operating officer for a number of years, was somebody who had, a dozen sayings. We called them Rogers rules. And they were things like, never make a decision late at night, or, things are as they seem. And he just had a series of ideas that there's like literally a day doesn't go by that I don't remember one of his rules. And it's sort of that ability to distill his own career of years of wisdom down to a few things has just transformed my ability to be a CEO and a leader.
Wow, that's very inspiring. That's great. And what should companies what pitfalls should they look to avoid when you're starting a company?
What pitfalls to avoid? I think it's all about getting a product out the door and getting true market feedback about a product. So there's a lot of thinking these days about sort of the agile entrepreneurial kind of cycle, but I'm a huge believer at Marketo. We had our first product in market 4 months after we started, and we had our first revenue 5 months after we started, and then we learned and iterated. And so don't think too hard, don't polish the apple too much, get in the market and start to listen to real customer and real market feedback, and then build upon that. So, don't waste any time.
Great. And to wrap up, what's an inspirational story that you'd like to share with the entrepreneurs out there?
Inspirational story. There's just, to me, it's my own inspiration of what building a company is all about. I was like, here I am in the technology industry. I spent, my years as a kid doing painting and sculpture and art, and entrepreneurialism releases all that same spirit in me. It is a tremendously creative process. So see it as a creative process, see it as a place to explore, see it as a time to have fun, see it as a time to explore both the soft side and the hard side of your life. And to me, sort of see it as a journey that's kind of just part of creation, part of innovation is to me where I take a lot of inspiration.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you being here.
Cool.